Hello everyone, Mr. Massacre back here again with another gameplay video. This time I'm doing bunker defense. I set up 3 1 vs 1 games with a good friend of mine named Snacker. Shout out to Snacker. The first thing I'm going to show you how to defend against is a Zergling rush, early game strategy. The first thing I do is I block off my ramp. Blocking off the ramp will prevent the Zerglings from getting through, and that will increase their survivability in the mid game. It's an early game strategy that any Terran can do as long as you have something to block off, be it a ramp or a choke point or something. So that's what I do here, and I end up having to reposition that barracks in order to allow myself to completely seal the ramp. But that doesn't interfere with my strategy of getting the Marines out and ready. 6 Zerglings are what show up, and the 1 and then 2 Marines that end up being built by the time the Zerglings are here and are able to handle it completely. So here we go. 1 Marine done, another on the way, bunker almost up. Here come the Zerg, and there they go. Zergling rushes are highly annoying. The entire point is to distract you and irritate you. However, as you can see, beat it back with minimal effort. So, this tactic will stop an early Zergling rush. So I'd like to talk a little bit about exactly what I did here. As you can see, there's 1 bunker, 2 supply depots, a barracks, and a tech lab. The configuration here both blocks the entry to the base and uses a bunker as part of that blockage. This is a somewhat almost mid-game tactic. It's a little bit more difficult to get this exact configuration set up, but if you manage to use the bunker as part of the blocking, more power to you. Now, the reason why I did it like this is for demonstration purposes. This is actually fairly late in the game in question. But what I want to emphasize about what's going on here is that the Marines are focusing fire on something other than the bunker, and they're getting eaten up. Also, the Marines in the bunker are outnumbered by the Marines outside the bunker, and the Marines attacking still get ate up. Anyway, moving on. The next attack wave to be sent up my hill is another 6 Marines, and this time they do focus on the bunker and bring it down to about half health. Okay, so final attack wave in this configuration. They are attack moving in this movement, and they get destroyed just about the same as they did in the last attack. I'd like to point out that that was a somewhat unrealistic scenario. I just wanted to demonstrate that 4 Marines in a bunker can take 6 Marines outside a bunker. In each of these 4 bunkers there are 2 Marines, 1 Marauder, and 1 Ghost. The Ghost is for light units, the Marauder is for armored units, and the Marines are for general fire. One useful thing about bunkers that's in Starcraft 2 that's not in Starcraft 1 is that you can direct their fire. I double click on all of my bunkers here, and I direct them to attack the tanks, because I figure the tanks are going to do the most damage. Another thing to note is that all of my units are fully upgraded, and all of their units are fully upgraded. That also includes my bunkers, which have all of the armor and capacity upgrades that I could get. So, as you can see, the units attacking, even though they outnumbered me very heavily, are being pushed back somewhat effectively. This is only a basic demonstration. I want to point out with this demonstration that the bunkers make an enormous difference against a very numerous foe, and that in realistic gameplay, only a few bunkers can take down a lot of units. Anyway, I sincerely hope you picked up something from this gameplay and that you realize now that bunkers are much more useful in StarCraft 2 than they ever were in StarCraft 1. I've been saying this the whole time I've been playing, and it's very true. Anyway, another shout out to Snacker. Subscribe and like, please. Peace.